This short story is about Justin, an upcoming YouTuber, and his friend Sam. One day, Justin is approached by this mysterious man that claims to be part of some secret society. They promise him wealth, fame, and they send him this special invitation for an upcoming ceremony that's used to recruit new members. The invitation was extremely elaborate, but at the same time appearing to follow this theme that could be dated back at least a couple hundred years. His friend Sam is also an upcoming YouTube celebrity. He receives the same invitation, and based on what they've been told, in receiving these elaborate invitations, they can't help but become a little excited and eager about this upcoming event. They're preparing and they're getting ready to look their very best. Then when Justin starts bragging to one of his friends about this invitation he received, his friend becomes distressed, begging him not to do it. His friend heard about someone else that attended the same ritual, and they were traumatized afterwards, being forced to do these unspeakable things that are kept as blackmail. Justin, surprised about how distressed his friend was, couldn't help but become a little concerned. And as him and Sam prepare to go to this ceremony, Justin tries to pretend that he's still excited. They're told to park at a location that's far away from the public. This luxury SUV pulls up and they're told to get in. The people in the SUV cover their heads with these black hoods so that while they're heading to the ceremony, they have no idea where the exact location actually is. But when they arrive, they see this huge mansion full of luxury cars parked out front. The excitement returns, and as they're walking inside, they're handed these extravagant masks to cover their identity. Sam is having the time of his life, but Justin starts to remember what his friend told him. Then someone announces for everyone to enter the next room. Justin and Sam are only 19. The next room is full of men and women that are barely dressed. It's a large room. It has these little side rooms with beds and these curtains instead of doors, so people can go in and out and do their thing. Justin becomes uncomfortable because a lot of these people are a lot older than they are, and he just doesn't like them touching him and throwing themselves at him because he's just not interested. Sam, however, is still having the time of his life. They announce for everyone to enter the next room, and Justin moves as quickly as possible because he's just not having fun at this point. The next room is a feast, the most luxurious spread of food and drinks that you can imagine. Most of the party is drunk at this point. Justin spots the person who invited him, walks up and asks, what's going on? But while he's talking, he starts removing his mask, and the person who invited him angrily tells him to cover his face and to stop asking questions. When they announce the next room, everyone becomes silent. It's a lot more tense. The room is dark and the vibe is just changed completely. At the end of the room is this man with something that looks almost like a goat skull as a mask, and he's dressed in all of these big robes. He instructs the newcomers to line up in front of him. Holding a Bible, he tells them one at a time to denounce their religion and repeat this mysterious chant that's empowering them and placing them above God himself. Sam, still enjoying himself, chuckles and kind of goes along with it, then waltzes right into the last room. Justin, however, refuses to go along with the request and just asks if he could skip this part. The man dressed in the robe says okay, but then he signals one of the security guards. They grab Justin and start pushing him out to this little side door that's not too far away from where they're standing. And while he's being pushed out, the rest of the party starts chanting this repulsive chant that they clearly had done in the past whenever someone's being rejected. While outside, Justin manages to find a window where the last room would have been. They made sure to stain the glass so that nobody could actually see inside, but Justin managed to find a small slit that wasn't entirely stained. He could barely see, but he could see what's happening. The room looks like this big library, almost like a church, with the fire going and a fireplace, and then he sees his friend Sam, and the other recruits are standing in this circle, and the rest of the party starts surrounding them. They begin chanting something, and he watches as his friend is forced to do these unspeakable things, and he's also having unspeakable things done to him. Justin notices a camera recording this entire thing and remembers it's going to be kept as blackmail. One of the drivers that brought them there was looking for Justin this entire time and yells at him to get over there. They cover his face, put him in the SUV, and take him back to his car, leaving Sam behind. They never let them bring their cell phones into the party. Justin noticed his phone was completely dead now, and he had to wait until he got home just to even text Sam. Justin realizes that they're not just gonna let him go after seeing what he just saw. Paranoid, he stays up all night. The next morning, he finally gets in touch with Sam, and Sam is acting like he has no idea what Justin is talking about. Over the next few days, Justin starts noticing weird things happening around his house, hinting that he's being watched and they're following him. Eventually receiving this threatening letter to leave town if he wants to avoid being harmed and if he doesn't want his family to be harmed. These are the most powerful people on the planet, politicians and celebrities. He realizes that he just doesn't stand a chance, so he leaves town. Keeping his integrity didn't reward him though. His friend Sam, on the other hand, seemed to get everything that he was promised, but Justin knows the price that he had to pay to get that. These stories go back decades, involving people with great power and celebrities at the top of the food chain. Nobody really knows what's real and what isn't, but one thing's for sure, people are often blinded by the promise of wealth. What would you do if somebody promised you wealth and fame? Would you do anything they asked you to do? Or would you push back like Justin and try to hold on to your integrity? Let me know in the comments.